Hello, everybody. I'm so excited today because it is Juneteenth. So I hope you all are having a great day. Remember that this is a part of my 35 for 35 designs where I'm doing 35 designs for my 35th year of life. So please remember to follow that hashtag. But yes, I've been talking about it all week. It's Juneteenth. We're gonna talk about why today is such an important day. A couple of days ago, President Biden actually made it a federal holiday, even though it's been around for many years, but we will get into that in a few minutes. So just really quickly, if you all don't know, this was the on this date, you'll see my flag in a little while, but on June 19th, 1865, this is when the day when all the slaves were officially freed. People thought it was the Emancipation Proclamation, but that was incorrect. So 4th of July is not everybody's Freedom Day, so we will talk about that in a few minutes. So again, because it's a historical day, and you all know how I am, so we're going to start off with some history. And I'm just going to let you all know this will probably be one of the longest videos that I do. I'm going to split it up in about 3 sections because it's just very important, and this is a lot of people's first time celebrating it. If full disclosure, like many people, I was not taught about this in high school. So I can even say it as a Black woman, I didn't know about it till I got in college. Because unfortunately our school system does not teach it. Hopefully that will change. And so I've known about it. I've seen like programs and things, but I've never really celebrated. And so before the president did any of this, I had decided last year that I was going to, I did some celebrating by just watching documentaries and things on Juneteenth last year, but I had decided last year that I really want to do a big celebration. So this is the celebration. It's still a COVID celebration, so I just have a few family members here today, but we did a big meal, and so we will celebrate together. So again, before I get into the design, let me off. We're gonna do the history, of course, about this lovely day. So just give me one more moment to pull it up. Okay, sorry, of course, technology. My screen went out on me. But anyway, while I'm waiting for this to start, I will say that in Texas, because this is where Juneteenth was originally established, they've always celebrated it on a big scale. But now the rest of the country is kind of catching up. So here we go. So I'm getting this from www.history.com. So Juneteenth commemorates the effective end of slavery in the United States. Juneteenth, short for June 19th, marks the day when federal troops arrived in Galveston, Texas in 1865 to ensure control of the state and ensure that all enslaved people be freed. The troops' arrival came a full 2.5 years after the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. Juneteenth honors the end to slavery in the United States and is considered the longest running African American holiday. On June 17th, 2021, it officially became a federal holiday. Okay. Confederate General Robert E. Lee had surrendered at Appomattox Courthouse, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, 2 months earlier in Virginia, but slavery had remained relatively unaffected in Texas until U.S. General Gordon Granger stood on Texas soil and read General Orders Number 3. The people of Texas are informed that, in accordance with the proclamation from the executive of the United States, all slaves are free. So let's talk about the Emancipation Proclamation. The Emancipation Proclamation, issued by President Abraham Lincoln on January 1st, 1863, had established that all enslaved people in Confederate states in rebellion against the Union shall be thenceforth and forever free. But in reality, the Emancipation Proclamation didn't instantly free any enslaved people. The proclamation only applied to places under Confederate control and not to slave-holding border states or rebel areas already under Union control. However, as Northern troops advanced into the Confederate South, many enslaved people fled behind Union lines. So Juneteenth and slavery in Texas. In Texas, slavery had continued as the state experienced no larger scale fighting or significant presence of Union troops. Many enslavers from outside the Lone Star State had moved there, as they viewed it as a safe haven for slavery. After the war came to a close in the spring of 1865, General Granger's arrival in Galveston that June signaled freedom for Texas to 250,000 enslaved people. Although emancipation didn't happen overnight for everyone, in some cases, enslavers withheld their information until after harvest season. Celebrations broke out among newly freed black people, and Juneteenth was born. That December, slavery in America was formally abolished with the adoption of the 13th Amendment. The year following, 1865, Freedom Man in Texas organized the first of what became the annual celebration of Jubilee on June 19. In the ensuing decade, Juneteenth commemorates featured music, barbecues, prayer service, and other activities. And as black people migrated from Texas to other parts of this country, Juneteenth tradition spread. In 1979, Texas became the first state to make Juneteenth an official holiday. Several others followed suit over the years. In June 2021, Congress passed a resolution establishing Juneteenth as a national holiday. President Biden signed into law on June 17th, 2021. So again, I found all of that from www.history.com. You can go and read more about Juneteenth. So yes, today is the big day. I know a lot of people got off yesterday, but the actual holiday is celebrated today, which is June 19th. So if you were paying attention to my page, I talked about how one of the main colors for Juneteenth is red. Some people do a combination of things. Some people do the yellow, black, and green. But I'm going to follow the color scheme of the Juneteenth flag, which I'm going to show to you. It is red, white, and blue. It's very close to the U.S. flag. And so that was done on purpose because we were free people in the U.S. So that's why they went with those colors. So that's what my color scheme mostly is, based off of that. But you'll see a lot of red popping out. So I'm going to just move the camera so you all can see. Look at the beautiful flag. You see June 19th, 1885. All right. So let's get our table ready. So hopefully you all can see it. Okay. All right. So as you all know, we always have to do a centerpiece first, right? So here you go. You know how I am about reusing things. You've seen this many times. This will be the vase. So the beautiful thing, like I said, Juneteenth is very close to July 4th. So I was able to go to the store and get a lot of July 4th things and use it for Juneteenth. So I got some flowers with the colors. Of course, they match the flag. And now we have these pinwheels. Very cute, right? With all our colors. So let's just put them in here. And there you go. So that's our centerpiece. We're going to put this on our Lazy Susan. Put that in the middle of the table. All right. And so now, sorry, lost one of my plates. Okay, so let's do our plate settings. Okay, red plates. I think I got 50 of these. It was $4.99 from DD's. So I'm going to set up the table for 4 because I have 4 people. What's the total? 4 people here. All right. Okay, and now, like us, you all know, I'm a dollar store queen. Oh, before we get to finish the face, I forgot. We need to put out stars. Again, I went with these stars because as you can see in the flag, there is a big star. So I said, let's use that instead of regular confetti. I just decided to use these stars. And just sprinkle these on the table, all around the table. We can even put some up here on our Lazy Susan. And again, this is from the dollar store. Okay, so there you go. Not too much. All right, and now let's set up. We have our plate, so now we need napkins. So let me just pull this back. So I'm sorry. I want you all to see it a little bit more. So again, dollar store, and it matches the table. So my tablecloth, of course, came from dollar store. It's red and white. I wanted to break up a little bit of the red. So what I'm doing, got the matching napkins here. Okay. And then we, of course, need utensils, of course, from the dollar store. Gonna set it up. Got our, all right. Put that right next to it. Oh, need some spoons. Now, I've never officially learned how to set a table, so sorry for those etiquette people who know that I'm doing it in the wrong order. One day you can teach me how to accurately do it. Okay. All right. So there you go. Oh, we have to drink, don't we? Let me get the cups. So look, I got these from the dollar store. Aren't these little cute fancy cups? I had like the regular ones that you would get from like Walmart, the regular red cups, plastic, but I was like, let's be a little bit fancy for Juneteenth. So got these again from the dollar store mug. So we'll put these at everybody's placement. And voila, that is our table for Juneteenth. Okay, so let me pull it back so hopefully you can see it. Oops, sorry, you all know my curtain, sorry. But this is my place setting. Of course, I will take a picture and show it to you. Okay, so this is part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. We'll talk about the food. If you know anything about African Americans, and even in slavery, food was a very big part of their day. Not only the food that they fed to themselves, but the food that they fed to their slave masters. And of course, those traditions have continue on through the years. So I actually made some authentic dishes from Juneteenth. So that will be my next video. All right, stay tuned. Please come back with me to see the next part of the video. All right, I'll see you in a few.